My name is Spencer Rosengarten. I'm an IT consultant of, at least 2 decades. And I've been a fan of SCOTTeVEST products for roughly the same amount of time, starting with the SCOTTeVEST 2.0.
My name is Ellen Rosengarten. I am Spencer's wife of 14 years. And I have been a fan since he started showing me your product, starting with the 2.0.
I am Honora Rosengarten. I'm the daughter of Spencer and Ellen, and I've been a diabetic for 3 years now. So when I was first diagnosed, it was on my grandmother's birthday, and we were having a party that weekend, and so when we first noticed the signs, and I was losing weight rapidly, and I was eating constantly, but I wasn't gaining weight. My grandmother told my mother, well, you do know diabetes runs in the family, to which we didn't know. So when I did get tested, they said, your blood sugar's over 400, you need to go to the hospital right away. So hearing that diagnosis wasn't something I was a big fan of. I was at the hospital for 5 days.
Wow.
I got to know the nurses, so I know them by name now. So when we walk in, we're like, hey, how are you? How's the family? So we gained relationships, but it wasn't all for the best, I would say. I would say there's a lot more things going on, because whether I'm doing schoolwork now or just studying, sometimes it stresses me out, or sometimes I'm completely fine with it, and that can raise my levels depending on what the weather is, what the heat is, or just what my emotion is, really. We have the insulin pen, insulin needles, my phone, which is a medical device. We have something here in case my sugars get too high and the sugar in my body starts breaking down. We have snacks, something here in case my sugars go too low to the point where I faint. We have a spare insulin pod, a glucose monitor just in case the glucose monitor that I'm wearing currently fails. We have my insulin monitor, which allows me to dose for the food that I'm eating. We have a drink just in case the snacks don't work or I don't have snacks on me. We have a specific adhesive dissolver in case we do have to take off the insulin pod or glucose monitor. We have my inhaler as well, because I do deal with my asthma once in a while when it does get bad. Tissues, and we have some blood glucose strips just in case I do have to prick my finger.
Big problem with diabetes outside of being diabetic is that chaos is not your friend. You can't have chaotic house, chaotic medical, chaotic this, chaotic that. Everything has to have a place. And we can't not have these things. So the Chloe bling that she has, we have everything out and we go, okay. And she just goes through and just one, shoves them into pockets. There is no chaos. It's all very organized because of the way the pockets are set up.
It was when she got to 11 and 12 and started growing like a weed that I realized that she'd be possibly able to fit into some of the products that were, say, size small or size medium. And during one of SCOTTeVEST sales, I thought now is the perfect opportunity to go ahead and try one of the products under a use case scenario and see if it would work. And as it happened, the products were interesting to Nora, and they've proven to be fairly successful in that regard. They make it that, one, she does not look the part of being a diabetic with a whole bunch of stuff that's readily visible. And two, since there's pockets galore in the product, she doesn't have to worry necessarily about misplacing a bag or having someone walk off with it, because the garment is on her person, along with all of the contents.
I would say as much as it is a hard disease to manage, and as much as people might say, well, you don't look disabled or something along those lines, it does get easier over time, and you learn to manage it easier over time. And if you do take the advice of your doctors and your nurses and the team that is supposed to help you with everything with this disease, you'll get through it, and it'll just be a normal day-to-day process that you won't even think about.